Hi, friends. It's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about revealing truth through narrative and why it's so important and why Dungeons and Dragons value is so high. Okay, we're going to do this through the lens of the 30-year-old film David Fincher, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, Seven, the American crime film, the American crime thriller film, the David Fincher film. Now, I think David Fincher just died. He just died, right? He's a brilliant, brilliant filmmaker. And I just got to see Seven because it was re-released on my local cinema, my local big screen. I have the Regal Pass, and I really enjoyed it. And so I went and saw it, and I saw this film, and it revealed a truth for me, a very personal truth, right? Through the narrative, the power of narrative. Okay. All right. So what was that truth? So, I would just want to have a kind of open, honest conversation with you. I have really struggled since 2020 to 2024. I think is one of the darkest paths my life has ever seen. And where that manifested personally was in failed friendships. And I really struggle to maintain friendships, right? I'm very fortunate. I have sound relationships in multiple other relationship categories, but I cannot succeed at friendship. I just cannot do it. Now, I want to be super clear. I can start new friendships quite easily. I start new friendships like falling off a log. It's easy as all get out. I can talk with anyone, and I have a genuine interest in humanity. And so when I meet people, I just simply ask questions about them, and I master all the knowledge about them quickly. All right, I've become very adept at this. It absolutely is connected to my dungeon mastering. Every person, really, I would say every, person I encounter is immediately a candidate as an NPC. So I want to know them. I want to sketch them in my mind, right? And this is incredibly alluring to people because almost no one does it. So there, who actually asks questions to people, like me? Salespeople. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. The only people in the world who do what I do are salespeople. They ask questions to weaponize it, right? And almost no one else, asks genuine questions about a person and has a genuine interest. I am fascinated by human beings, right? And I've never met one that doesn't have, isn't an onion, as Donkey would say, has layers, right? So I'm able to make friends very easily, but here's where the Seven film comes in. So two very different, David Fincher perfectly juxtaposed this film. It's two detectives, okay? David Mills, that's Brad Pitt, and Morgan Freeman, and he is William Somerset. Okay, now you're never gonna remember those fake names. I'm just gonna say Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, but remember their names are William Somerset and David Mills. All right, here we go. Okay, so Brad Pitt is this impulsive, a well-meaning, impulsive detective who absolutely cannot control his emotions. Morgan Freeman is a super intellectual, just, rock star detective who's crazy good at it. Sorry, let me back that up. Outrageously good at his job. And better than anyone, in the precinct. They're in New York. He's better than anyone in New York, right? Like, he's literally the best detective in New York. He's older and he's about to retire, but he's also completely alone. So, and we know this because Brad Pitt's wife, Gwyneth Paltrow, invites him over for dinner with Brad Pitt and gets to know him and is like, why are you alone? She says, why are you alone? Right? You're a very intelligent man. Why are you alone? Right? And it's a great question. And here was Morgan Freeman's answer, and it just blew me away. I was like, that's me. That's literally me. And he said, very politely, very demurely, he said, everyone I have spent a significant amount of time with has found me disagreeable. And I'm like, there's no better explanation of me than that, right? Everyone who has, actually, for me, let's define it correctly. Every single person, every single friend I have ever had who spent a significant amount of time with me has found me disagreeable. And it haunts me. It absolutely haunts me. And lately, it's been tearing me up. It's just been burning a hole through my stomach, burning a hole through my heart, burning a hole through my mind. I know it. I can't keep friends. I'm cantankerous. I am curmudgeonly. I am so terrible as anyone's friend, right? And it, it really made me question my value, right? My value as a person, right? Now, fortunately, the reason why I've been able to, keep on rolling and stay stable is Jesus Christ. My value is found in Jesus Christ. But I can't talk to anybody about that, right? Like, you don't care about Jesus Christ, and nobody else does either. A few people in my church, right? Like, but the reality is, I don't know if you know this, Jonathan Rauch. He is a gay atheist Drew. Those are his words. That is his description of himself, okay? Who understands evangelical Christianity, I think, better than anybody who's not anybody in the world. And frankly, even better than most evangelical Christians. And he recently explained that evangelical Christianity has recently lost 40 million followers. The churches are almost empty. Right? I did my part to get them full again. It didn't work. But I've really questioned the value of myself lately. Really powerfully questioned. And where did I find the value of myself apart from the echoing Holy Bible? Which, frankly, I will say, I feel incredibly lonely reading that book. Ain't nobody want to hear it. Ain't nobody want to hear it. I'm telling you. Right? But, and the other thing is, it is difficult, and why doesn't it just fill me with joy that Jesus Christ defines my value, right? Well, because I've read it like 11 times, right? Like, it's going back to the same, and that's the other thing is, the Holy Bible isn't a narrative. It's words spoken into me through the Holy Spirit, right? But I'm in this world. I'm in this broken world, right? And I want something or someone in this world who I can hear their literal voice, right? To say, you are not without value, right? This world. Jesus will tell me himself when I get there. But right now, it's hard to hear him, right? Because I've read it 11 times. It's hard for it to have impact, okay? But when I heard it in 7, it had impact. It really encouraged me. Now, why would it encourage me to hear Morgan Freeman's William Somerset say, everyone I have spent any significant amount of time with has found me disagreeable? He is me. He is me. William Somerset is me, right? Well, how are we the same? First of all, he knows the truth, right? He knows what's real and what's not, right? He sees New York City in crystal clarity, right? He has the experience. He has the intelligence. He has the emotional control to see clearly. He knows the truth. But the burden of it, the weight of it is shocking. He cannot share it with others because they will either not accept it, or the terror of understanding the truth is so high that no one wants to bear that weight with him. And that is me. I truly believe I'm the singular holder of truth for Dungeons and Dragons, in my humble opinion today. It was never a game. It was never a game. And now the evidence is just piling up everywhere. I'm not the only one saying it anymore, right? There's people left and right saying this doesn't look like a game. It's not structured like a game. It's not producing things like a game. The connections to it don't look like any game in the world, right? But the reality is, it's terrifying. It's a terrifying truth. If you believe what I believe, that Dungeons and Dragons is a human improvement engine hidden by Gary Gygax to fix humanity from a secular avenue, it means you can't play for fun anymore. You have to play for purpose. You have to understand it at a level that is frightening to the vast majority of the world, right? And so I think that's the thing, right? Is if you are super intelligent, if you see the truth, and you have an unwavering determination to not allow anyone to dissuade you, to not palliatize yourself, right? To not burn the truth away with recreational substances, with gambling, with a million other distractions. People will not like you. No one will be able to spend a significant amount of time with you without finding you disagreeable. And it really helped me to see myself in this film, right? To say, yes, he has no friends. No one wants to spend time with him past a night, past a week, past a month. And I'm the same way. I make friends so easily. It's like falling off a log. It's the easiest thing in the world to do, to make a new friend. But I'm hesitant to do it anymore because I know it will end. 6 weeks, 6 months, 18 months, 6 years. It ain't gonna last, right? Eventually, when I've spent a significant amount of time with them, they will find me disagreeing. Because I'm highly intelligent and I carry a truth, the weight of break your intellectual, emotional, spiritual back, in my humble opinion. Every single word you heard in this video is my humble opinion. Absolutely nothing more, absolutely nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.